Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Scotty Cameron Phantom range with our key fitter and Titleist ambassador Matt. It's been out a few months now. We're going to take a look at it. Matt's going to talk us through some of the tech, but remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. So Matt, we're going to have a look at Phantom range. It's a been a popular putter. We really haven't had time to review it. It's kind of been one of those putters that's flown out, and we just haven't had time. It hasn't been on the. We tend to like to do our iron reviews and wood reviews. I'm actually playing 5.5 in this putter, so I quite like it.
Yep.
It's not an iconic Scotty. I think if you go back to Scotty Cameron putters, it's normally the blade.
Yep.
That kind of iconic Tiger Woods putter that's always been the one that everyone sees as a Scotty Cameron putter. But this is very different. These mallet ranges are very different from Scotty.
Yep.
Tell us a bit about the tech. What have they done?
So firstly, with the kind of people thinking of Scotty Cameron to do with blade, it's quite interesting from a tour perspective now that 10 years ago it was about 60-40 blade use. It's
The traditional side.
Yeah, it's now the other way around.
Okay.
So more tour players are playing this type of head than ever before. So I think it's quite important that consumers don't rule it out straight away thinking I don't want a mallet, because actually it could be
I've saved up for my Scotty Cameron.
Yeah.
I must get the iconic one. No, it's mallets are just as popular.
Absolutely. So tech with these, again, like the blade styled heads, they're milled from a stainless steel, but this black section here is actually aluminium.
So we just get a bit in there.
So what they do here is basically in the middle where it's black, they remove the stainless steel and they add in an aluminium, which is lighter than the stainless steel.
Okay.
So what that does is it moves the weight more towards the perimeter, the back edge of the head, the back corners of the head.
So the one you've got here, what's that, 11? So that's quite a way back in, away from the toe and the heel as well.
Yep. So that just basically increases stability. So this putter head is very high in what we call MOI, a measure of forgiveness. Makes it very, very stable. So it's very hard to move this head offline. It kind of just wants to follow a natural arc.
So if you feel that you do push the putter, that's kind of you, not the putter.
Or it's the putter's moving around a bit, because maybe you've just got a little bit of jiggy hands in the putting stroke, the old yips, unfortunately. But moving weight towards the perimeter and the rear and the outside of the head just makes the putter head more stable. And by doing that through multi-materials, you still have a very clean top line, and a lot of the tech's actually hidden underneath that you can't see. And
there's lots of different shapes, heads. They do traditional Scotty, 33 to 35
That's
inch.
right, yeah.
Grip, it's kind of just, they always stick this standard. There's no sort of funky grip. You see some of the putters coming out from the other brands, Odyssey, they've always got a super stroke. Why do they kind of put this, what I would call just a basic old school paddle grip on it?
So for me personally, I think that it actually gives people a lot more feel.
Yeah.
With the large putter grips, especially when you're getting into, the 3-5 inch diameter putter grips, it takes a lot of the weight out of the head, puts a lot of weight in the handle, and obviously you're not hitting the putter with the handle.
No.
So having a little bit more feel, a little bit more control in the hands at the top end, and really being able to feel the weight of the putter moving down by the golf ball, I think is why Scotty goes down that route, more from a feel perspective.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot now. Out of all the models, 5, 7, 5, 11, where have you seen the most popular?
Probably in the fang design that you've got there.
Okay, so 7, 5.
7 and 5. Basically, they look very, very clean. They're not quite as bulky because you've got this removal of mass in the middle.
Yep.
So you've got the wings on the outside to aid for stability, but there's actually not that much material when you're looking down because you've got the gap in the middle compared to something like the 11 or even more so on the 12. So from a visual point of view, I think that's probably why they've been most popular with people.
Brilliant. Not cheap, $399, expensive, kind of where a lot of putters are nowadays. So again, we've said this before in all our putter videos, if you're going to look to buy a putter of this sort of quality and this sort of price, you need to make sure that you spend a bit of time and get custom fit and make sure you get not only just the right brand and style of putter, but also the right length, the right line, and
also
so
the different neck types.
Yes, we haven't talked about the neck type. So you've got what's the difference between here?
So here you've got a 5, so the bend profile's higher up in the shaft away from the head, so this will play more face balanced.
Okay.
Whereas the 0.5 models in all the Scotty Camerons generally have a much shorter neck bend here.
Yes.
What we call like a small slant.
Yeah.
And that helps to create a little bit more toe hang.
And where would this, so who would use this? Who would use?
So potentially someone that needs to feel a bit of flow, a bit of arc in the stroke. Okay. So a little bit of release effectively. Okay. Some people will want a very stable putter face where it's not moving much in relation to target. So it's generally aiming always the same. A bit like yourself, I use a 0.5 model because I actually like to feel a little bit of rotation in the stroke.
Also feel like it's open and closing a little bit.
And it kind of goes back to that point of it feels like a blade.
Yes.
Because it's got more toe hang, but you get the stability of a mallet.
And do you feel like that, because I've heard this a little bit recently, and is that the weight being further up in the head, you know, these big heavy weights are further forward, that actually feels like it pops off the face a little bit faster. Yeah,
it just creates a little bit more feel. So a nice solid strike. If the weight sat too far back, it'd feel like so soft you wouldn't really know where you struck it.
You hit it or not, yeah.
So having a bit of mass towards the front of the face definitely helps.
And they've obviously had to load that a little bit because they've put more mass at the back of these fangs.
Otherwise, effectively, if you came into impact, if there was so much mass back here, you'd probably hit like 4 degrees up on it, and the ball wouldn't roll as intended.
Good. Okay, well there you go, guys. I hope that was insightful. It's always good talking Matt and talking Titleist product. I know you know this stuff inside out. So remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button. And if there's anything at all that you'd like Matt or myself to review, please hit the comment button. Write it down below. Make sure that we get as much information to you as you want. Matt's very, very knowledgeable in this stuff, whether it be Titleist or otherwise, but from a fitting perspective, let's challenge Matt and let's see if we can question him and try and get him some challenges in some of our future videos. So, but last point, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends.